place. We looked around and we found one land. You know who owned that land? Adekunle Ganiu, a Yoruba man, inside a village in my hometown. Adekunle Ganiu. He has 2 houses there. He already built 2 houses in my village. So when people say all this, nobody goes there, it's not true. Not true.
So the Southeast is
you can come to the Southeast and you can do everything.
Yeah.
We are liberal. And I mean, the example, never mind what they heard in Arise about T.O.S. Benson. What happened with T.O.S. Benson? What? He came to ask for land. And the people said, you are our in-law. And our people have a saying, your in-law is your God, is your own person. We can't sell land to you because you're our brother. Rather, we donate land to you. They donated land to him. And the story now ended that they didn't give him land. They didn't say that they donated that.
Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel and thank you for coming. If you're new here, you can subscribe. So that is a reply to a statement made by Dr. Ruben Abati of Arise TV, where he said that the Igbo don't sell land to a non-Igbo, and it has been noted that that man or that Dr. Ruben Abati have always talked bad about the Igbos. I don't know what he have with the Igbos or what he have heard about the Igbos. So this is a video where Senator Abaribe actually blasted him and gave him autoporously and explained every lies about the Igbo, because the Igbos have always been lied about. And remember, the memo was passed to the government about that they should be careful about the Igbos. This was exposed by a leader of Nigeria, by Omowere Sowore. He said that there was a memo that had been written to the government house that they should be careful of the Igbos. So Igbos have been treated anyhow in our country and lied about. So here's the video where Senator Abaribe explained and revealed the truth. So now I'd like you guys to hear that video, and I'll be with you guys shortly.
The arrest of Simon Ekpa in Finland, an event that sparked a mix of relief for some, skepticism for others. Do you believe that this development marks a turning point in addressing separatist agitation in the Southeast, or does it risk further complicating the situation?
I think it marks a turning point. I think it's something that is very, very welcome. Because what it does is that it will tell all those people at home who are purveyors of violence, who are being instigated by Simon Ekpa, to now know that he actually said, that he's just a content creator, that he's not, what do you call him now?
He's a prime minister.
Because he's a prime minister. We have always said that what he continues to try to direct from there is antithetical to what the Igbo stand for. And that it is totally wrong. And that what has happened is that a legitimate, I will say, quest by the IPOB seeking non-violent referendum was turned by all these, I will say, kidnappers, criminals, and everyone. And because they have found a key for the average Igbo, when you say Biafra, they feel that, you must be doing the right thing. And they're using it to cause mayhem back in. I mean, whatever they say they are doing in the Southeast is not supported by anybody in the Southeast. All you have is a band of criminals. Now, because they know that when they call themselves IPOB, then everybody will say, okay, maybe there isn't. And also, our security agencies also find it difficult to discern between a criminal and somebody who is saying he's doing agitation. And so every little thing that happens, they will now say,
It appears that Simon Ekpa and some of his friends were feeling a vacuum left after the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu.
Well, what vacuum? I mean, Nnamdi Kanu engaged. All of us have been going around trying to make sure that we deal with the matter to make him come out, which we continue to tell the federal government that he is the key. Reason is that everybody using his name and the name of IPOB to perpetrate violence and mayhem. And I will ask the same Simon Ekpa and their group. You want Biafra? Fine. Do you want Biafra, or do you get Biafra by killing the same Biafrans you want? How? How does murdering people, How does kidnapping people, how does going around and spreading mayhem, killing policemen, burning police stations down and all that help you? How?
I mean, calling Nigeria animal farm, calling Nigeria zoo, calling Nigeria all sort of, and painting a picture that this is a hell on earth, a country that is unlivable, and giving an impression from outside of the country as though anyone who is in government or anyone who represents any other thing other than IPOB is a villain. Now, and there are those who believe that, yes, the agitation and some of the intervention that Nnamdi Kanu represented, as soon as he got off the radar, of the scene, there are those who wanted to feel and lead that voice. But the question is that you have been agitating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari government has passed. You were arrested as being a surety for Nnamdi Kanu. There are those, in fact, who said some of you were the promoters of the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, and what has led to some of the violence that we have seen in the South. The fundamental question is, how can this end, the agitation, or what can bring to a conclusive peace in the Southeast region?
How it will end is simple. Every one of them claims that it is because Nnamdi Kanu is incarcerated. That is why they are doing. That's not why. It will end when Nnamdi Kanu comes out, and then we now know who is a genuine agitator and who is a criminal.
How do you go about that?
How you go about that is that when Nnamdi Kanu comes out, then he can know his followers.
By extra legal or judicial means.
No. Nobody will now have a reason to say, oh, we are burning down this station, we are killing this policeman, we are killing our own people, nobody's doing, you are going to be doing sit at home because he is incarcerated.
Senator, what I'm asking is that, how would this happen? How will Nnamdi Kanu be released? Because that means the case before the courts are probably going to be jettisoned. Those are extra legal means or political means.
The Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily rendition to Nigeria. The Supreme Court has even accepted that. And what we have been doing is, rather than continuing through the court process, let us take it outside of that. What has Nnamdi Kanu done that Igbo did not do? Think about it. Yet, Igbo is walking free today. Is it shouting or you're screaming? They've said all that. Even Igbo went the other day to London to say, oh, I'm going to submit a letter to the Prime Minister or to the King of England or whatever. Oh, we want to have our own nation. What has happened to him? You never had anything from the Nigerian government.
So Nnamdi Kanu has been treated unfairly.
No, I'm saying, of course, and this is the issue now. The Southeast, 5 states, 50 ministers. A state like Ogun State has 4 ministers. The whole Southeast, just that 5. And so when people continue to look at this unequal treatment, you just give fuel to these people who continue to say they don't like us, they don't treat us well, they don't do all that. So, and I went and I've been talking to the powers that be. And I can also use this opportunity to talk to the powers that be. When President Tinubu became president, one of his first acts was to change the national anthem. In the national anthem, there is a line that says that we want to build a nation where no man is oppressed. So if you're from the Southeast and you see that you're just being given, okay, the Constitution says you must get one, and then you ask yourself, am I being oppressed or not? So I think that fairness, equity is the fundamental thing. And for every Igbo, note it, for every Igbo, a true born Igbo, there is something that is innate in us. In Igbo, it is said, Egbebere, Ugobere, let the kite perch and let the eagle perch. Let no one disturb God. So we are known for fairness.
So that's not the point. You're talking as though the Southeast has been subdued.
No, there is a deliberate policy, whether it is advertent or inadvertent. What people do when you come out of a war, when you have all this type of thing, when you want to, that they are also part of this polity. And I say, and I repeat, you cannot have in your national anthem where you say, where no man is oppressed, and you continue to oppress a group of people. All you do.
So this is an oppressed people.
I'll tell you one thing, Sean. From Lagos to Ibadan, I think, no, from Abuja to Kaduna is about 100 and something kilometers. Is that not so? Mm. From Onitsha to Enugu is 120 kilometers. 60 checkpoints. How can you have that? The whole of the Southeast is the most policed area in the world. From Owerri to Aba, which is just barely 36 or 37 kilometers, you will find 30 checkpoints. Every 1 kilometer you have a checkpoint.
Isn't it because of the unrest and
how can it be because of the unrest? Yeah, they are not unrest everywhere. You have unrest from here. So to Kaduna.
Are you saying there is a deliberate militarization
I say it is
of the
very
region?
Deliberate, and we have shouted, we have screamed, we have told the military, look, there's something that is going on in the Southeast today. That is the worst that you can ever see. You're coming out in a transport vehicle. Nobody will check the transport vehicle. You come to an army checkpoint, they will just say everybody come out and walk. Whether it's raining, whether the people are sick, whether it is, why do you have to do that? And this is in this country. It doesn't happen anywhere else.
How can this wrong be?
That is the point. The only way it can be corrected is that the people in authority, if the IG makes an instruction today and says, I want you to dismantle all these illegal checkpoints, because I call them illegal, they will, of course, do it. But then what happens is that, Port Harcourt to Owerri, you continue going through checkpoints, and at every checkpoint you pay.
Wouldn't you be allowing all these unknown gunmen to
operate? That is the point. So why is it that these unknown gunmen still operate with all these checkpoints? You ask yourself that question.
There seems to be a bigger picture about the perception of the Saudis, and I'll get to some of the liberalness that a lot of people perceive does not exist in the region. First and foremost, do you think that if Peter Obi had won the election, 2023 presidential election, he had become president, there could have been a change in all of this?
If Peter Obi had won, you probably would have seen a better Nigeria than what we are seeing today. Number one, he will not be as nepotistic as this government. He won't. It's not in him. That is just who we are. We feel for the other people.
So you think the Tinubu government is highly nepotistic?
I say so. I don't think so. I'm seeing it, and we see it every day. And I'm just giving you one example. How can Ogun State have 4 ministers?
Well, Tinubu is not from Ogun State.
That is the point. So why does he favor Ogun State? Look, Oyo State has only 1 minister. Ask yourself that. What is it that you do?
Is it the right time for the Igbos and the South, people of the Southeast extraction, to sit down and rethink their politics?
No, see what we're doing, because everybody continues to say that, why don't you think you're well? No, we have decided, and I'm part of those who have said that, let us go back to the Southeast and revamp the Southeast and make it more livable, better, more cohesive, and hold ourselves together. Because it's obvious that if we continue to look at whoever comes to be president, to look at us and do right, apart from Obasanjo and maybe Jonathan, I do not think that we have seen that same type of fairness.
Perhaps where we are like to anchor is that there is also a perception that the Igbos are not liberal enough to accommodate.
It is the Igbos are the most liberal people.
Unlike the fact that there are those who feel that if you find in any town, if you do not find an Igbo man in a town, be worried because they are so commerce-centric that you find them virtually in every place in the country, in the far north, in the down south.
So why don't you say the right thing, which is the Igbos are the most Nigerianistic of all Nigerians, because we move everywhere, we live everywhere.
Until you want to buy land, Igbo land. That is the perception.
No, that perception is totally wrong. And I'll just give you just one small example. I come from a village called Ohono. The next village to mine is Omuago, and it is exactly 5 kilometers from the city of Aba. We were doing a road past that place, and the road was depressed, so they needed somewhere to the contractors were looking for land where they could do a sinkhole so that they could move water to that place. We looked around and we found one land. You know who owned that land? Adekunle Ganiyu, a Yoruba man, inside a village in my hometown. Adekunle Ganiyu. He has 2 houses there and has a 3rd plot. It was that plot that we wanted to buy to discharge water into, and he said no, that he's not selling it because that he's going to build another house there. He's already built 2 houses in my village. So when people say all this, nobody goes there, it's not not true.
So the South is
you can come to the South,
liberal.
you can do everything. We are liberal, and I mean the example. Never mind what they heard in Arise about T.O.S. Benson. What happened with T.O.S. Benson? What? He came to ask for land, and the people said, "You are our in-law," and our people have a saying, "Ogo Uchionye, your in-law is your God, is your own person. We can't sell land to you because you are our brother. Rather, we donate land to you." They donated land to him.
All right.
And the story now ended that they didn't give him land. They didn't say that they donated that land.
All right.
It's like me. If I want land in my village, where I live, it was donated to me by my...
All right, Senator. Thank you so much, Senator Abaribe. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you tonight.
Seriously, like I keep on saying, Igbos are not the problem of Nigeria. Igbos are the solution of Nigeria itself, because Igbos have known to be the people that help to boost economic growth. Igbos have go to the north to see what the Igbos are doing there. In places like Toby, I've gone there to do good things in northern side, where he helped to renovate schools, helped to give scholarships to students, helped to renovate hospitals, helped to give money to nurses and buy equipment and modernize their hospitals. So this is Igbo, an Igbo man, went to the north to help the north. So like I said, Igbos are not the issue we have in Nigeria. The issue we have in Nigeria is our own self. Because I don't see why a 2-party, or let's say a 2-tribe will all commit the same offense, but one tribe is being arrested, another one is set free. Nnamdi and Yoruba elders, they have the same agenda that Igbo should divide, and Nigeria should divide because Nigeria have expired. That means Igbo should go and Yoruba should go. But they arrested Nnamdi 2014, and this year, Yoruba Nation made the same statement and they're not been arrested till today. So make it make sense. You see how they hated the Igbos and how they ever treat the Igbos badly. And thanks to those that come out to speak for the Igbos, like this man, Senator Abaribe, that exposed and said the truth about the Igbos. And also he said that the arrest of Simon Ekpa was actually a good thing. But guess what? I think Simon Ekpa has been released. He did a live video yesterday on Twitter. I think I'll share to you guys my next video. But before that, if you're new here, you can subscribe, share your views about the video you've watched in the comment section. I'll do to you guys shortly in my next video. Stay tuned, guys.